Aloha, welcome to Live Yoga channel where we meet on Monday and Thursdays for a full hour of classical Hatha yoga practice live. Thank you for rolling out your mat with us. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm Terra, this is Evan, and what an honor it is to begin the American week holiday Thanksgiving is how I like to call it together. So let's go ahead and find a comfortable seated position with your spine long, legs are crossed so that you're feeling grounded and your sits bones are rooted in the earth. And just with your eyes closed and your chin tilted down ever so slightly so that the back of the neck is long, begin to draw your awareness in that space at the nostrils where the breath is moving in and out of the nose. With your eyes softly closed, begin to lengthen the inhalations, pausing at the top. Exhale slowly through the nostrils, lengthening out the exhalations. Do this a few times at your pace, allowing that breath to grow big first from the belly, and allowing your entire body cavity to grow wide and tall and expand. And then as you exhale gently through the nose, feel the entire body return to wholeness. 2 more times at your pace. Long and slow. Feeling the body grow big as you inhale. Exhale slowly through the nose. Go ahead and release that breath. Next, let's go to skull shining breath. So you'll follow my cues. We'll do it's a passive inhalation with a forceful exhalation through the nose. As we forcefully exhale through the nose, we'll also be drawing the belly button back towards the spine. So follow my lead. Inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. Keep your eyes closed, your gaze in between your eyebrow center. Building heat and prana in and around the body. Exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale completely. Inhale, half lung of air. Pause, drop the chin into the chest, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Kumbha, breath retention. So we're holding this energy inside the body cavity. No strain here. When you need the breath, simply release the shoulders, sip in a bit more air. And then exhale slowly. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, half lung of air. Pause, drop the chin into the chest, draw the shoulders to the ears, draw the belly back towards the spine, Kumbha. Close the eyes, look in between the eyebrow center. Hold it here as long as you can. When you need the breath, release the hold, sip in some air, and let the breath be normal. Good job, everybody. Next, we'll instead, we're bringing some skull shining breath, clearing the brain. Now let's bring awareness to our eyes. So we're going to keep the shoulders and the neck straight. We're moving only the eyes. So you're going to open the eyes, inhale, look down, look up. Look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look far right, far left, look far right, look far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, look far left, look up, far right, look down, center. Instead of stretching the eyes, let's focus the eyes. Actually, let's bring some heat into our hands first. We'll cup the right palm over the right eye, cup the left palm over the left eye. Stare into the black abyss of the center of the palms. Do your best to not let any light in. Breathe slowly through the nose. Bringing healing energy to our eyes, the rods, the cones, and the retinas. As we stare into our screens so much these days, go ahead and release the hands. And instead of stretching the eyes, we're going to focus the eyes. Go ahead and take the right hand directly out in front of you. Extend the pointer finger about shoulder height. Stare at that fingernail. Look past the fingernail. And then bring your gaze back to the finger. As you inhale, begin to bend the elbow. Try to keep your eyes from blinking. It's okay if you do. Bring the finger all the way to the nose and then take it out slowly. When the elbow is extended, look past the finger. Bring the awareness back to the fingertip. Inhale slowly. Bend the elbow. Trying not to blink. It's okay if you do. When your elbow's extended, look past the finger. Bring your gaze back to the fingertip. Inhale. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Look past the finger. Go ahead and release the hands. We're going to interlace our hands, extend them out, reach, press those palms away from you. And then take those palms, reach them up overhead, make some adjustments in your shoulders, your head and neck. Press those palms up towards the ceiling. Let your breath be slow and steady. Reach towards the ceiling. And then notice, let the breath, let it be constricted in the back of the throat. Notice the epiglottis restricted at the back of the throat, and you hear a slight hissing like Darth Vader. We call this ujjayi breathing. It helps to engage the parasympathetic nervous system. We draw upon this breath throughout our practice. Go ahead and release the hands. Take the backs of the palms, bring them together. Take the right palm over the left. Interlace the hands. Draw them towards the chest. And then back away to your degree. Everybody's different. We may feel different today than we did the other day. Go ahead and breathe. Stay relaxed in your face. If you notice that you're straining or you're not breathing, back off some, please. 3, 2, and 1. We'll release. We're going to do the other side, but please take your time going in this way. You may be able to stretch more on this side or less. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, shake it out. We're going to extend our legs directly out in front of us in Dandasana stick pose. We'll start with yoga for the toes, moving only your toes with toe cranks. For 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 and hold. Go ahead and release. Cross the right leg over the left. And just like we interlace the fingers, let's interlace the toes. Don't use your hands. It may feel funny if this is your first time, or if you've been practicing with us, you may notice you're getting better at this. In the spirit of the yogis, we keep a positive attitude. We see ourselves successful. We say maybe next week, maybe next month. Go ahead, when you get to where you are today, squeeze those toes. We're going to activate all the nerve endings from the tips of the toes all the way up to the low back sciatica. Go ahead and release. We're going to change sides. Try and get 1 toe, 2 toes, 3 toes. Have some fun with it. Be playful. And then squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Shake out the toes. Next we're going to be moving the ankles forward and back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Next, let's make circles with our ankles. First clockwise. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Other way. 6 and hold. We're going to warm it up from the toes to the ankles. Now we're moving up to the knees. We're going to grab onto our elbows underneath of our knees. Sit tall. And then make circles with your left leg for 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Then the other way. Go ahead and extend that leg out in front. Switch sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and switch. And 6. Pardon me? Okay. I didn't hear you. Then we're going to come up to the front of the mat. We're going to take our right foot on the inside of our left thigh. Take our left heel on the outside of our left hip. This may feel like a great stretch in your thigh already, your left thigh. We're going to take our hands back. Begin to walk our hands back. Maybe we can come down onto our forearms and rest here. We're going to where it works for you today. If you have the privilege to come all the way down onto the mat, you can bring your arms up overhead and grab onto your wrists or your elbows and breathe slowly. For 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come out easily and gently. First coming up onto your forearms, helping your body out with grace and ease. We're going to switch sides. I feel more tight on this side, so I go slowly. I use my breath to gauge how far to go. So resting on my forearms first, take a few breaths here, and as I exhale, my body gives way a little bit more, and then I'm invited to go down all the way. Extend my arms overhead, grab onto the wrists or elbows. Breath long and slow. Beautiful. To come out with grace, we're going to bring our elbows down to the earth, press into the hands, and then we're going to help our body come standing upright at the front of the mat. Take our time here. First, just bring your feet together, roll the shoulders up and back, close your eyes, tilt your chin down ever so slightly, and simply feel the earth beneath you. I want you to root into the earth and feel grateful for all that this planet provides for our lives. Feel sturdy and steady. And then visualize in between your eyebrow center. I want you to visualize the most beautiful sunrise or sunset you've seen recently. And just like the earth, this other celestial body, the sun, Let's pay respects and gratitude for all the life and the gifts that we receive from it every single day. Moving through 12 rounds, 12 poses at my cue. Inhale. Exhale, open the eyes, bring the hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, reach up. Exhale, close. Bring the arms all the way down to the earth, hinging at the waist. This is our first forward fold. No overstretching here. Please take your time. If you need to keep your knees bent, that's totally fine. You can grab onto your shins, the backs of your ankles. Maybe you have the privilege to bring your fingertips all the way to the earth. If this is the case, relax and breathe. Let your head hang heavy. Draw your chin towards your chest. Begin to breathe and focus on the lengthening all along the back side of the body. The sits bones are going up towards the ceiling. Your head is heavy and you're looking into your belly button. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bend the knees slowly. Take the hands to either side of the foot. Take the left leg back. Drop the knee in the top of the foot. As you inhale, draw your shoulders up and back. Press down into the left knee and the top of the left foot. You're using the right knee and it's centered on with the center of your body, and you're pressing down powerfully through your right big toe. Take your chest, reach it up towards the sky. The shoulders are down and back, looking up towards the ceiling. Smile on the face. The breath is slow and steady. For 5, 4, really leaning into that front right foot. 2, and 1. Exhale, release your hands. Tuck the back left toes. Take the right foot back to meet the left. Coming into our first, we call this mountain pose. In the Himalayas, our teacher, where they studied, they call it mountain pose. In the West, we call it downward facing dog. Take those heels towards the earth. Take the sits bones towards the ceilings, pressing powerfully through all 4 corners of your palms. Your elbows are facing one another. Notice that one heel wants to reach the floor more than the other. See if you can press both heels down towards the earth evenly. Notice that one knee wants to reach back towards the wall behind you. See if you can press both knees back evenly. Long, slow breaths. The bottom of your next exhalation, we're going to drop to our knees, chest, and chin. Ashtanga Pranam. You're looking down your nose. I'm touching the floor on my 2 toes, my 2 knees, my chest, my chin, my fingertips. I'm up on my clawed fingertips. My elbows are in tight. Staring down the nose. Drop the hands to the earth. Slide the belly down in between. Draw your chest in between your hands. First, let's go ahead and just come into Sphinx pose, bringing the forearms to the mat, and then draw the chest in between and look up towards the ceiling. Your buttocks is soft. You're pressing down on the tops of the feet. Smile on the face. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Slide the hands underneath your shoulders. Press powerfully into the palms. Lift those hips back up towards the sky, coming into mountain pose. Inhale, that left foot in between the hands. Drop the right knee in the top of the right foot. We're going to draw the shoulders up towards the sky, look up towards the ceiling, and lunge into that front left knee. Our breath slow and steady. We go slowly through these first rounds to remove the blockages, the grankies. Bring the hands back to the mat, tuck the back right toes, draw that right foot up to meet the left as you exhale and fold forward. Draw the chin in towards the chest. Perhaps now the body's starting to warm up and you can bring your fingertips to the earth, or maybe you even have the privilege to bring the palms to the earth, and you can walk your fingertips back behind you, bending the elbows, drawing the chest closer to the thighs. Bring the hands together as you inhale, draw them up, all the way up overhead, look up, look back. Exhale through prayer position. And release the hands to the side. Beautiful. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Take the right leg back. Drop the knee in the top of the foot. Draw the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Lunge into that front foot. Release. Take the hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Exhale, take the left leg back to meet the right. Mountain pose. At the bottom of that exhalation, let the breath stay out. Drop the knees, chest, and chin. And then let's inhale, coming in to cobra. Keep the elbows in close. Press into the palms. Lift that chest up and look up. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, press back as you exhale, that chest towards your thighs. Inhale that right leg up in between the hands, drop the knee and the top of the foot. Draw the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Bring the hands back to the toes. Drop, exhale the left leg up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead, look up, look back. Hands through prayer. Exhale, release the hands to the sides. Close your eyes and notice the beating of your heart. Notice that the body's starting to warm up. The ankles are more aligned, the hips are growing more aligned, the shoulders are in more alignment. Sending appreciation to every cell in your body as it's working for you, with you, for your very best self. Next, let's bring our awareness to the other celestial body that gives so much life on earth. Let's draw our awareness to the moon. Let's remember the last most beautiful full moon that you've seen in the sky as we move towards a full moon. And similar to how the moon impacts the tides, the oceans on the planet Earth, our waters, all the plasmas, our bloods, all of our fluids are impacted, our moods are impacted by the moon. And so we practice Chandra Namaskar to tame the mind and make the mind our best friend, giving thanks to the moon. 12 poses, follow my cues. Inhale deeply. Open the eyes. Exhale, hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Bend the knees, take the left leg back, drop the knee, the top of the foot. We'll take our hands through prayer position And then I like steeple pose. You can go do steeple or keep the hands parallel, but take those arms up overhead, coming into crescent lunge. So we're lunging into that front right knee. And our gaze is up towards the ceiling. Our heart is up towards the ceiling. Breathing here, pressing powerfully in the top, into the back knee and the top of the back foot. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, tuck the back left toes. Exhale that right leg back to meet the left. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide through into cobra. Look up. Tuck the toes, press those hips back, coming into mountain pose. Inhale the left foot to the earth. Drop the right knee and the top of the right foot. Bring the hands through crescent at the heart. Lunge into that front left leg. We'll stay here several breaths. Staying soft in the face. Opening up that chest, reaching that heart towards the sky. Exhale, release the hands, tuck the back right toes, bring the right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Bring the hands together, inhale, reach them up overhead, look back. Exhale through, prayer position at the heart, release the hands. Do the same thing on the other side, inhale. Exhale, open the eyes. Hands to prayer position. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, take the right leg back, drop the knee, take the hands through prayer position, crescent moon. Exhale, release, tuck the toes, take the left leg back to meet the right. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale through cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Exhale, press down, mountain pose. Inhale the right foot in between the hands. Drop the knee, the top of the foot, crescent moon. Exhale, release the hands. Tuck the back toes. Draw that left leg up to meet the right, forward fold. Hands together, inhale all the way up. And then close through prayer. Release the hands, close the eyes. Tilt the chin slightly. Bring your awareness, your introspection to the heart. See if you can find your heartbeat. Bringing appreciation to this organ. The yogis believe that this organ governs the emotion of love. And so as you bring your attention to the doom, 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 we can appreciate as we've increased our heart rate, we've brought blood flow, we're waking up the body. We can appreciate all of the self-love being nourished to every cell in our body. Giving thanks and appreciation for our tirelessly working heart, works day in and day out for us. Thank you, thank you. Notice any swirling sensations happening around your fingertips, your toes, your hips, and the skull. All the capillaries are vibrating. Healthy cells. Let's go ahead and open our eyes. Let's move into our first asana. Let's go into chair pose. So with your feet together, draw your arms up overhead. You can bring your hands into steeple or keep your arms parallel, whatever works for you. And then we're going to bend the knees as if you're sitting down into a chair. Go to your degree. Your gaze, you're going to keep your chin parallel to the earth, but your gaze is up towards the ceiling in between the eyebrow center. Your gaze is up. Your breath is slow and steady. You're active in your belly, so you're drawing your belly button back towards the spine. You're squeezing your knees together. If it's comfortable, go ahead and lift those toes up off the mat. Just the toes, and then sit down a little bit further. Smile on the face for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to release our hands back behind us, and we'll go into double angle pose. Interlace the hands, draw them down towards the floor. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. And then to your degree, take those hands away from your back. Everybody's different. Draw the sits bones so that they're up towards the ceiling, so that the weight of the pose are on the balls of the feet. This should feel good for your chest to go towards your thighs and your hands to go up towards the ceiling to your degree. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll release the hands, bend the knees, roll up out of the posture. Next, let's go into twisted chair. Bringing our hands to prayer position at the heart. We'll sit down in the chair just like we did earlier, but this time we're going to take our left elbow on the outside of our left knee. We're going to twist from our waist so that we stack our right elbow on top of the left. Look up towards the ceiling over your right shoulder, and then sit down even further. You can stay here, or you can take your left hand towards the earth, keeping your left elbow hooked on the outside of that right knee. Take the right arm up towards the ceiling, open up that shoulder, look up towards those fingertips. You can stay here, or you can bend that right elbow, taking it over to your right hand to the left hip. Find your bind. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's come out with grace. And then we'll take that same twist to the other side, this time massaging our hardest internal, largest organ, the liver. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Take the right elbow on the outside of that left knee. Begin to twist from the waist, stacking those elbows. Take that gaze past your left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Stay here, or take the right hand to the earth, keeping that right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Take the left fingers up towards the ceiling. You can stay there, or bend that left elbow. Take the left hand to the right hip. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come back through center. Good job, everybody. Release your hands. Next, let's move to table series. So we're going to move back on our mat slightly. I'm going to go to the side so you can see me. Take our arms up overhead, parallel, and then begin to hinge at the waist with a flat back. You want your ears to be parallel to your biceps. Reach those fingertips forward. You can also do steeple with your hands, but I want you engaging your belly button, your belly, so the side ribs are engaged. You're stretching reaching for the front of the room through your fingertips. You're reaching through the back to the back of the room through your sits bones. You're pressing powerfully through your heels. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Take the hands to prayer position at the heart. We're going to bring our foundation onto our left leg. Let's take the right leg back behind us. Keep the hips square. If you have a back or a shoulder injury and you want to keep your hands here, that's totally fine. If you feel safe to go further, take your arms overhead. Reach forward towards the front of the room. Press powerfully through that right heel. For 3, 2, and 1. Hands through prayer. Let's take all 10 fingertips to the earth. We're going to take our left hand. It's going to be at about 12 inches in front of our left foot and about 6 inches to the left. We're going to take our right hand to our right hip. We're going to stack our hips. We're opening up into half moon pose. Take the right arm towards the sky. And then play. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to fall. See if you can take your gaze up towards your right fingertips. Look up towards the fingers. Press powerfully through that right heel. It's okay to fall. Be playful and give it a try. When we practice balance poses, it brings poise to our day. For 3, 2, and 1. You can stay here. Bend that left knee. Bend that right knee. Take the right hand and grab onto that ankle. Kick that foot away from you. Extend that left leg. You can look over your right shoulder towards the ceiling. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Shake it out. Thanks for giving it a try. And then let's find our balance to do some balance pose on the other leg. So keep our knees soft. Bring that weight into the right leg. We're going to extend. We're going to bring our hands through prayer position. Extend that left leg back behind us. Keeping our hips parallel to one another first. You can keep your hands at the heart, or you can draw those arms up overhead, reaching towards the front of the room. Press powerfully. You can stay here. Bend the knees. Bring your hands to the earth. We're going to open up into half moon. So take the right hand about a foot in front and 6 inches over to the right. Take your left hand to the left hip. Begin to stack the hips, open up, take your gaze towards the ceiling. Press through the heel of that left leg. Smile at the shake. You can stay there. You can bend that left knee. Grab onto the ankle and kick that foot away from you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and shake it out. Release it. Great job, everybody. Let's come to swaying tree next. Let's open up the side body. So we're going to bring our feet as wide as we can to our mat. Inhale the arms up overhead. Take the right hand and grab the left wrist. Send the left hip away. Reach. Take that right hand and draw that left arm over the right side of the body. And then look up to the ceiling past that left arm. Breathe slowly. Inhale, come back up through center. We're going to switch sides. Drop the right hip towards the side, or take the left wrist And grab onto the right. Take the left hand, grab onto the right wrist. Reach over the body. Look up towards the ceiling, past that right armpit. Come back up through center. Exhale, release. Shake it out. And next, let's have the legs about 5 inches apart, just underneath of your hip bones. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. If you need to bend the knees, that's totally okay. What we're going to do here is take our palms underneath of our feet. Bend the knees, press the feet onto the hands. Maybe even you can get your toes to massage your wrists. But bring the weight onto the palms and then begin to straighten the legs to your degree. Tuck the chin towards the chest and breathe. If this is easy for you, then you can bend your elbows and draw the chest closer to the thighs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Everybody bend the knees. Everybody take your peace fingers. We're going to grab onto our big toes. Bend the knees and begin to straighten the legs best you can, and then take your gaze. First, we're going to look up and see where the wall in front of us meets the floor. And then see if you can look up about a quarter way up that wall. Can you look halfway up that wall or 3/4 up that wall? Take your gaze as far up that wall in front of you as you absolutely can. Maybe you can even see where the wall meets the ceiling. We're getting a nice upper back bend here. Go ahead and release. Draw the chin into the chest. Bend the knees. Take the feet back and let's meet in Parvo-Konasana, mountain pose. Bend the right knee, send the left heel towards the earth. Press powerfully through that right palm. Inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Press powerfully through the left palm. Inhale, lift up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, send both heels down towards the earth. Press powerfully through both palms. Again, notice that one knee maybe wants to reach the back of the room more than the other. See if you can press both knees back evenly. Exhale completely through your mouth. The bottom of the exhale, I want you to begin to move your belly button up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're going to massage. This is yoga for the organs. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Do the best you can. When you need the breath, take a breath. Go ahead and pause. Let the breath come back to normal. Inhale the left leg back behind you. Press down, press through the heel. Keep the big toe in alignment with the center of the body. Press powerfully through your right palm. Lift the leg a little bit further. Exhale, swing that left leg through. Let's prepare for our warrior series, Virabhadrasana 1. So bring your right heel to the earth. Your toes are at about 2 o'clock. Lift your torso up away from the floor, and we're going to square off our shoulders and our hips towards the front of the room. Bend into that front knee so that you're going towards a 90-degree angle in that front leg. And then draw the arms up overhead, and again, your hands can be parallel or steeple, yogi's choice here. Lean into that front foot. Draw the right shoulder slightly more forward than the left. And then take the gaze in between your eyes up on the ceiling above. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and open up. Let's come into Virabhadrasana 2. I like to take my right toes back a few inches. We're going to open up our hips and shoulders now to the opposite wall, to the wall to the side. And then lean into that front leg. So again, going more into the 90 degrees. Check back to make sure that your right hand is level with your front hand. And then gaze down your fingertips. Exhale, draw the right arm towards the front. We're going to come into a Vaya Virabhadrasana, fearless warrior. So we're leaning forward, but we're keeping our belly from collapsing onto our thigh. We're smiling at the shake of the leg. Grip that back mat with the back of your right foot. Your gaze is towards the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the left hand to the floor on the inside of the left foot. Take the right arm up towards the sky. I like to walk my right toes back even further so I can sink my hips down even more. Look up towards your right fingertips. You can stay here, or you can bend that right elbow and take your left hand underneath and find your bind. Open up that chest. Look up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, drop the knee, heel toe, that left leg off the mat. We're going to come into Kandanyasa, balance pose. So we'll bring our hands just underneath of our shoulders. We're going to tuck that left elbow into our left thigh. We're going to walk our right foot back and hook our right elbow into our right hip. You can play there and begin to just lift the toes up off the mat. Give it a few tries. A is for attempt. And when you're ready, we're going to all meet back in child's pose. Take your hips back towards your heels. Take your forehead to the mat. Take a nice long inhalation. Open the mouth, and as you exhale, let out a nice sigh. Let the breath return to normal through the nose. And again, I'd love to invite you to take your introspection to that beating heart. I want you to imagine the lungs just in front of the heart, to the sides of the heart. With each breath that we're taking in through our nose, I want you to visualize healthy lungs. The lower lobes, the middle lobes, the upper lobes, receiving fresh oxygen, fresh life, filtering it and then delivering it to your heart, to where then the heart takes this prana, this breath, and it delivers it to every system of her body. Sending some appreciation in this child's pose for our body. Thank you, body. Simply appreciating the many, many gifts we have from life. Thank you, body. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to meet back in mountain pose to harmonize the solar side of the body, the masculine side. This time, let's take the right leg up off the mat. Press down through the left heel. Press powerfully through the left palm. Lift that right leg up even higher. Exhale, swing it on through. Bend the knee. We'll take the left heel to the earth. We'll come up into Virabhadrasana 1. So our back toes are at about pointing at about 10 p.m. The heels on the earth. We're bending into our front leg. Inhale the arms up overhead. Draw the left armpit slightly more forward than the right. Look up. Keep the chin parallel to the earth. Bend into that front knee. The gaze is towards the ceiling. The breath is slow and steady. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Let's open up into Virabhadrasana 2. I like to adjust my back leg a few inches. And then lunge. Lean into that front right knee. Our hips and shoulders are parallel to the wall to the side. I check back my back arm to make sure that it's parallel or it's in alignment with my front, and then look down those fingertips. Exhale that left arm to meet the right. Avaya Virabhadrasana, fearless warrior. Smiling at the shake of the legs, grip that mat with the back left foot. Gazing to the ceiling through the eyebrow center. Knowing that the shake is only going to last a while. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the right hand on the inside of that right foot. Open up the heart. Take the left fingertips up towards the sky. You can stay here. You can bend that left elbow. Take the right hand underneath. Find your bind. Lift open that heart. Look up. Breathing here. Release the hands, drop the knees, heel toe, heel toe. Kandanyasa on the other side. First, coming into push-up position on the hands. Take the right elbow, hook it into that right thigh. Take the left elbow, hook it into the left hip flexor. Bring your weight forward and then begin to play with lifting your toes up off the mat. Find your balance. Give it a few tries on this side. And then everybody, let's take a break to integrate. Bring the hips back towards the heels. Bring the hands towards the heels, backs of the palms on the mat. Long, slow breath through the nose. Exhale slowly. And then return the breath to normal. Feeling the weight of your forehead touching the mat. Just allowing yourself to feel heavy. With each exhalation, trusting in the earth, trusting that with each exhale, we're giving away that which no longer serves us. Any worries, stresses, tensions, or woes, giving it back. This position, forehead to the earth, we're honoring that the earth recycles life and makes new life. So let us give away that which no longer serves us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When you're ready, let's go ahead and meet back up into mountain pose. This time we're going to Press powerfully through the right hand. Lift the left leg up and back. Go ahead and stack the hips. Bend the left knee. Look under the left armpit towards the ceiling. Should feel good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, swing it on through. Take your left knee up towards your left wrist. Take your right heel towards your right wrist. Take your hands. You're going to stay up on the, I like to claw. Walk the right heel back, the right knee. The key to this is staying on top of that right hip. First go into proud pigeon. So stay upright and sink those hips towards the earth. Go ahead and look up. You can stay here, or if you have mermaid, you can grab onto your right heel. Grab it into your elbow or your arm. Go ahead and release. Let's come into twisted pigeon. We'll take our right hand to our left knee or out in front of the mat. Take the left hand to the right thigh. Lengthen, and then as you exhale, take your gaze back behind you. Your breath is slow and steady. Exhale, release. We'll come back to center. Your foot may be happy exactly where it is. Maybe you want to take your foot up to more of a 90 degrees. But we want to stay square in our hips. Open up as you inhale, and then exhale. Go ahead and take that chest over the calf and let yourself rest. You can make a pillow with your forearms. Let your forehead just come down. Let your breath be slow and expansive. See if you can make your exhalations slightly longer than your inhalations. Two more of your deepest breaths yet. Exhale completely. As you inhale, draw your palms underneath of your shoulders. Help your chest come up off the floor. Tuck your back toes. Lift your hips. Send that left leg back behind you. Shake it out. Make circles with your hips. Maybe X's and O's. Walk it out how it feels good for you. And then take that left heel towards the earth. Press powerfully through the right palm. Lift the right leg up. Stack the hips. Bend the right knee. Look underneath of your right armpit towards the ceiling. It should feel good. Exhale, swing it through. Find pigeon on this side, honoring that we may feel more tight or more flexible on this side, and it's so okay. First, take your fingertips to the sides of your body. Proud pigeon. Find your variation here. Maybe you're sitting up. Perhaps you can bend that left knee and bring the foot into the elbow crease. Whatever works for you. Let's take the left hand to the right thigh or onto the mat in front. Take the right hand to the back right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Look back behind you. Staying on top of that left knee. With each exhalation, see if you can further engage your twist even more. Release the twist. Come back through center. Adjust that front knee so that it's happy. And then exhale, fold forward completely, letting everything go. And since no one can hear you, and it's even okay, it's so okay, please let out a nice exhalation. Inhale slowly, open up the mouth, and as you exhale, let out a nice sigh. Notice if your body gives way just a little bit more. Staying grateful in this forward fold, appreciating all the parts of you. Two more, your deepest breaths yet. Exhale, release. Draw the hands to the mat. Help your body upright. Tuck those back toes. Send the right leg back. Shake it out. Press back. We're going to walk our feet towards our hands, walk our hands towards our feet, and then sit back into a squats pose. Bringing our hands to prayer position. Take the left hand out in front of the left knee. Take the right arm up towards the ceiling. You can stay here. You can also bend that left elbow and find a bind on the back of the left hip. That's an option. Release, come back through center. We'll do the other side. Drop the right hand to the earth. Take the left arm up. And go ahead and release. If you have crow pose in the middle of the room by yourself, crow pose to any headstand variation, feel free to practice here. For those of us that want some guided instruction, what we're going to do is from our squats pose, we'll take our hands to the earth. We'll lift our hips up off the mat. I love to imagine that I'm making shelves, 90-degree angles with my arms, and I'm taking my knees on the outside of my triceps, leaning forward, and then lift one toe, then the other. From here, you can drop your head to the earth and go into headstand. Give it a few tries, and then we'll come back down to the mat. And if you have headstand in the middle of the room and you prefer to do that practice, go right ahead. For the rest of us, we're going to do Sharvangasana, shoulder stand. So you can tuck, if you have a baggy shirt in like Evan, you can tuck your shirt into your shorts. And then from the lying down position, bring your arms underneath of your back and then lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And so you're holding your lower half of the body with your upper half of the body. So It's okay if you're not perfectly straight. I want you to feel comfortable. You're pressing through the balls of your feet towards the ceiling, and your gaze is in between your big toes. Go ahead and take your left foot and draw it towards the floor over your head. It's okay if your foot doesn't touch the floor. Breathe here. We're going to draw that left leg up to meet the right. Take the right leg down towards the earth. It's okay if it doesn't touch. Reaching. Inhale the right foot up to meet the left. Go ahead and take both heels over the head towards the earth. This is called plow position. It should feel good. It's okay if your feet don't touch the floor. If they do touch the floor, you have the privilege to release your hands from your back and perhaps interlace your hands. Long breaths here. Let's go ahead and bring our hands back to our low back. Straighten the legs. Go ahead and bend the knees, actually. Let the knees fall down towards the ears. And then I want you to roll down and out of this as slowly as you can. You can bring your hands to the mat. You can hold your back as you come down and out. Extend your legs. We'll come into a mini shavasana here. Take your palms out to the side. Rock your head from side to side and back to center. Everybody, let's come into fish pose. So we're going to bring our heels together. We'll take our hands, palms facing down, underneath of our low back, and then lift up onto our forearms so that we come to rest on the top of our head. You want the bottom set of teeth past the upper set of teeth. Your heels are together, your toes are splayed to the side. This helps to release the stress caused from the inversions in the head and neck. We'll go ahead and release the pose. Extend your legs. Take your hands to the side. Let your head rock from side to side and back to center. We're going to roll over onto your side and help your body come upright. We're going to go into a forward fold. Actually, let's do a twist first. So we're going to take our feet about mat distance apart. Let's take our right hand onto the mat back behind us, as far back towards the right corner. Come down onto the elbow, and then take your left fingertips towards the mat and look as far back on the wall behind you as you possibly can. Your toes are pointing upright. Press into the elbow, and the hand will come up through center. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Looking back past your fingers, getting a nice stretch all along the chest. Full spinal twist. Come back up through center. Let's bring our feet together. Inhale the arms up overhead, stretch long. Exhale, fold forward. Grab on where you can, whether that's the tops of your feet, maybe your big toes. Perhaps you can grab onto your wrists out in front of your feet. But then go ahead, when you find your edge, Settle in there and drop your chin towards your chest. Visualize the top of your head going towards the top of your feet. Go ahead and release. We'll come up. I want you to sit back on your sits bones, bend your knees, extend your legs out in front, coming into Navasana, boat pose. We'll take our arms to the side. Your gaze is in between your big toes. And then let's do the Kapalabhati breathing, skull shining. Go ahead and release. Spin 180 degrees. We'll come into our favorite yoga posture for integration, Shavasana. Go ahead and remove your hair bun. And please stay for this part. We believe it's the most important part. You'll take your arms out to your sides, about 8 inches away from your hips. Your feet are about 18 inches away from one another. The ankles flop to the side. I'll go ahead and lead you through an active meditate or an active relaxation. Go ahead and lift your right foot up off the mat 2 inches. Point and flex the foot and flop. Go ahead and lift the left leg up off the mat 2 inches. Point and flex, flop. Inhale, squeeze the buttocks and draw the belly button down towards the spine. Squeeze, 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 and release. As you inhale, draw the breath all the way up the side body. Feel that breath grow all the way up into your chin, into your chest. Let out a nice sigh. Make a fist with your right hand, lift it up off the mat 2 inches. Exhale, release. Make a fist with your left hand, lift it up off the mat 2 inches and release. Keeping the back of the head on the mat, draw the chin into the chest, and release. Let the head drop from side to side. Back to center. Squeeze all the muscles in your face, squeeze your eyes, squeeze your ears, squeeze your teeth, squeeze your cheeks, squeeze, 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 and release. Take that introspection. Take that awareness to that space where we began, right on that upper lip, where the breath is moving in and out of the body through the nostrils. Next, bring your awareness to the belly button, and without any effort, simply be aware of how the belly button rises and falls with each breath. Inhale, navel up. Exhale, navel down. Inhale, navel up. Exhale, navel down. See if you can focus your awareness, counting backwards from 10 to 1. Inhale, navel up, 10, 10, navel down. Inhale, navel up, 9. Exhale, navel down. Inhale, navel up, 8. Exhale, navel down. Inhale, navel up, 7. Exhale, navel down. To your pace, see if you can keep your focus counting backwards all the way to 1. Release the count. Just let yourself be. Begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers. At your ease, stretch the arms up overhead, re-emerging into this moment, this day and time of your luscious life. Eventually, we're going to find our way over onto our right side, pausing in fetal position. Take your left hand and press it into the earth and help your body come upright to a comfortable seated position. Returning to how we started, comfortable, cross-legged, with the long spine and your chin tilted down ever so slightly. Let's do some japa japa meditation as we enter this Thanksgiving week. Japa japa meditation. For each inhalation, mentally repeat to yourself, I am grateful for my, with each inhalation. And then with each exhalation, name to yourself one of the gifts that you've been given. Your fingers, your toes, your nose, your heart, your friends and family. Inhale, I'm grateful for my. Exhale is your object of appreciation. All the gifts. Two more rounds. Release the japa japa meditation. Giving some appreciation to yourself for taking the time to move through this practice. Self-care. May we take the vibration that we've created together. Let's take it off the mat today so that when we meet people, whether it's online or in person, they can tell something's different. Let's take this friendly constitution out into the world today. Yoga off the mat. And so it is. Bringing the hands to prayer position at the heart. What an honor it is to share in this practice with you. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Cyber Ohana. What an honor to share in this practice with you. Such a special week. I feel blessed. It's Monday, Thanksgiving week. Have the best holiday with you and your loved ones. It may be different this year, but let's do the best we can and remember all the gifts that we have. Meet us back here again on Live Yoga Channel tomorrow. I'm going to do a half-hour yoga via chair. So chair yoga at 10 a.m. Hawaiian time. At noon, we'll be working on yoga for the organs. We'll join for the Trust Your Guts Club. And then on Thursday, Evan's going to be teaching a super special Thanksgiving yoga class here, 7 a.m. Join us again. Live Yoga Channel. Ohui ho, ohana, have the best day ever. Aloha.
Good job, Ed.